Yo, yo, YouTube! It is Tuesday, 24th of October today, and it's going to be a very short video because today's been a bit of a weird day for me. And I would summarise it by saying it's been tying up some loose ends, and it's been about making decisions that are not in the best interest of making money. So let's get started. I had booked in a job for today from last week, which was taking a load from Sleaford to Slough. And I checked last night what time the pickup, and it was very flexible. It could have been any time in the morning, from about 8:30 to about 12:30 sort of time. And so I just didn't bother setting an alarm. We woke up naturally, and by the time I got myself sorted out this morning, it was around about 10:15 when I was in the van, ready to go. So I made my way to Sleaford, about 45 minutes or so to get to the pickup point, handballed on a few items, and then I made my way down towards Slough at quite a leisurely pace, to be fair. Wasn't in a rush. It was quite a nice day, just getting back into the swing of it, having had a weekend and a day off. And yeah, it was really, really nice. Just a nice little trundle down to Slough. It's about, I think the trip was something like two and three quarter hours, that sort of time. Let me just double check. I'll tell you when I left. So I left the pickup site at 11:40, and I left the drop-off site at 2:40. So that is pretty much bang on 3 hours for that trip. I was going to call the shipper when I picked up, but because it was flexible, there wasn't really a need to do that. So I just called them when I dropped off at the end, just to confirm I finished the job. And then I was looking at a job that gets me somewhere across to High Wycombe, because I had to drop off my items that I picked up from Chelmsford last week, just to finish off that piece of work. There was nothing that I won, so it's a half an hour trip across to High Wycombe, and then a quick 5-minute offload of the items I had on board. And that's the first sort of tying up loose end. So I finished the job that I'd booked in, and I finished all the responsibilities from last week. So now I was a free agent. It was now around about 3:10, 3:15, and I was looking for jobs, and then I had an idea. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and it is to give the shipper that I get work from a small gift. So it was half an hour away to the actual office where they work. So I made my way towards that office, tried to find a supermarket. Couldn't find any supermarket where I could park for free. I ended up going to a local small sort of supermarket, sort of corner shop. Oh, it's getting very rainy. And I bought a gift. I don't know if you can hear me or not. And then I made my way to the office. And by the time I'd found the office, it wasn't that easy to find. And given the gift, and came out, it was pretty much 4:45. And so I was looking for jobs from Reading, and there were loads and loads of drivers available that were being tracked. And there was just not very much on the CX today. So I wondered what I should do next. I do need to get myself, ideally tomorrow, to Manchester for a pickup. But there's nothing going like a win going anywhere near home or Manchester. So I think about it, and I've decided that I don't fancy tramping out in Reading because I've got no guarantee of a job. It's ridiculous. I don't know if you can hear me. I can hardly hear myself. I have got a microphone on. I am talking quite loudly, so maybe you can hear what I'm saying. I'll have to play this back. So if you are watching this, then I've played it back and I can hear myself. So I've basically decided that, despite it being a poor business decision, I'm just going to dead mile it home, looking for work along the way back. It's now 5:20. I don't expect to get any work, but I'm hoping to get a job booked in for tomorrow morning, going a long distance, or I might pick up a small job on the way back. Assuming that I don't pick up anything else, today's earnings will be enough to nearly cover my business costs, but not quite. So here are my stats, assuming that I just dead mile at home. Actually, before I do your stats, I need a bit more thinking about that decision. It's not the best business decision to go home dead mile. It's about 130 odd miles. It's about 3 hours drive. That is not a good business decision. But at the end of the day, I'll be back at home in my own bed with my lovely partner, and that is probably worth the extra bit of money that I would be getting if I stayed in Reading. So, because it's quite early and it's been quite poor on the CX today, I think, not a lot of jobs, and I'm in a bad area with a lot of drivers. With all that considered, I decided that I would just go home and start again tomorrow. I'll have 3 days of the week, and try and make a good 3 days. I think sometimes I can be quite ruthless with my work ethic, and sometimes I can be the opposite. And this job is great because you can choose to be really completely focused on the work. And so by that I mean I would try find somewhere to tramp overnight and try and pick up a job in the morning, or maybe move somewhere closer to Slough or something and try and pick up a job for tonight. And I could probably get a job tonight if I did that, but then it's later, and then I can't definitely go home then. But in this job you can choose what to do. And today I'm just taking the easier option, the more comfortable option. That's going home. And I think it's worth kind of showing this, that sometimes you get really bad paying days on the CX. And today will be a bad paying day, and it'll be a bad paying day because of decisions I've made primarily. I left the house late. I did that trip to Reading that wasn't necessary. I've not tramped out. So me having a poor day is mainly down to my decisions. And if history is anything to go by, I'm going to get some comment saying what a waste of time today was. You've only earned what I'm going to tell you in a moment. It's not worth doing the job. And if I get another one of those comments, then I won't agree with it, because it's not just about the job is not just about making an X amount of money every single day. Some days you make more, some days you make less. To me, that's common sense. I think the comment comes from people who don't do this job, who want to find a way to justify why they're correct in not doing this job. And I'm not saying that this job is right for everyone. It's absolutely not right for everyone. But it's so right for me. And I'll take the odd bad day, no problem. Particularly when it's my responsibility having a bad day. As in terms of income. Yes, let me give you the stats now. They will be very unimpressive, but they are true. So by the time I get home tonight, I will have worked for 9.5 hours. I would have done one CX job, and I would have driven for 334 miles. I'm going to assume, because I've still got the diesel from last week, I'm assuming 15.95 pence per mile for the diesel I'm using. And that means that today I spent £53.27 on fuel. And the job I did was £130, 130. And so after fuel, I've only made £77 today, which is just shy of the estimated amount that I need per day of £80 to cover my business costs. So what I've achieved today in a 9.5 hour day is tying up some loose ends, showing some gratitude to a shipper that gives me some work, and then finishing up in my own bed. But I haven't been paid much for the time. I've just covered my costs. So I'm okay with that. That's just one of the bits of days that make this job so various, such a variety. So there you go, I'm going to leave it there. I must remember my gratitude. Right, what am I grateful for? I met my son last night. We went out for a meal. I thought it was really nice. It was a great long chat. So I'm going to... Oh, oh yes. I forgot to tell you. I'm telling you YouTube this now. I told my son that I've got a YouTube channel. So, I think it's unlikely he's watching this. He's not going to be that interested in what I do for a day-to-day living. But I thought it was a good opportunity. He told me something that he's doing that surprised me. And so I had to sort of get him back, as it were, in terms of something I'm doing that would surprise him. So we were 1-1 on the surprise news stakes last night. Anyway, so I want to express my gratitude for my son. He's an amazing guy. So proud of him. He's doing great stuff with his life, and I hope that he has every success moving forward. I'm sure he will. He's got his head together. He's got a great work ethic. He's the best bits of me, and the best thing is he looks a bit like me apparently. Apparently he sounds a bit like me as well. So I'll take that any day. So I love you, son. If you're watching this, there you go, cringe, cringe, cringe. And everyone else, thank you for listening. I hope that you are successful in whatever way you define that term for yourself. I will just make a slight, what's the word? Shout out for myself. There you go. I have finally released my 4 videos about my autistic traits. I listened to them all through today. I have missed some things from them, which I knew I would. But I'm pleased that they are a reasonable summary in a reasonably coherent manner of the things that I wanted to say. So, along with my first 3 videos, if you only ever watch those 4 as well, I think that would make me happy. I think that's something that I'm trying to give to the world. there you go. So that's my pitch. Is it a pitch? No, my advert for my 4 videos I did last night. So, thank you for listening. What are you grateful for?